Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I have two really cute projects to share with you today. I love them, and I hope you're going to love them too. They are so awesome. I have decided that my new favorite bundle out of the new catalog has quickly become the All Squared Away bundle, which I've used on this card. And I'm pairing this with my all-time favorite bundle, of course, Pretty Perennials, but I'm using it with our new scalloped craft boxes. These are so cute. So I've got some great tips and tricks for you along the way. So let's get started. All right, our first card here is really simple. And that's just probably what I love the most about the All Squared Away bundle. Let me grab it for you so you can see. I've got my cardstock pieces, and this bundle might not look like much from the catalog, but ooh, it's so good. It's got really great pieces, and of course this is one of the dies I used for this card along with these cute little flowers. And I think this is gonna be a super fun bundle, and I'm pretty sure this will be one of my classes for next month, but I really wanted to show you how easy it is to create with this. So I'm going to take a little bit of old and mix it with new. So I'm going to use an old color, which is Night of Navy, but some new printed paper that we've got, as well as our new bundle, of course. So I'm going to start with my half sheet of Night of Navy cardstock, and we'll give this a good crease, as always, with our bone folder. And I've cut a piece of the new Prince DSP. This comes in the different color families, the new in colors, the old in colors. And I've cut that to 3 3/4 by 5. You can see I used this little print on here, and I'm going to try this print, and you can let me know which print you like the best. We've also got this, and then there's kind of a nice little, the other side of this. Let me see if I have a piece handy. Ooh, I do. It's a different color, but you'll get the idea. This is the other side, the pattern. So lots of really nice prints. I kind of like the tone on tone. Last year we had, some whites in the mix in the patterns, and I like this tone on tone really well. Okay, so I want to do the other side. So let me just get my adhesive rolling here. And what I'm going to do is adhere this to a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 panel of Whisper White cardstock. Pardon me, basic white. We don't have Whisper White anymore. And then I will go ahead and adhere that to my card. So I've got a really nice card base started. Then I have die cut one of the little flower pieces, and I really like this. I'm going to take and add my little flowers to this. And I had one, I wonder if I threw it away by accident. I was going to say I had another one of these like on on my strip. Well, pooey. I think I threw away a perfectly good die cut. That's okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, though, is take and adhere this piece to a square that's 2 inches. So I die cut this out of a little scrap, and then I have a 2-inch scrap, or I should say I cut a 2-inch square of my Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm going to adhere this. Now you could do the liquid glue and sponge trick that I've shown many times with the silicone mat, but I think this is just big enough that I can put a little bit of liquid glue on here and not have to worry. So I'll just dab a little glue on the various spots on here, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't need glue everywhere, just enough to adhere it down like so. And then we'll just center that up. There's just a little bit of a border that will show, and that looks great. I'm good at gluing. Yay, kindergarten, you taught me well for my future. All right, I've also cut a 2 3/4 inch piece of my basic white cardstock, and I'm going to place this right here, but not adhere it quite yet. And the reason is I want to stamp my sentiment. Now, what's really cool about this stamp set is there's the innies and the outies. And what I love about that is there's a sentiment that you can put on the outside of your card, as well as the sentiment that is designed to go on the inside of the card. It helps when you find your ink pad too, not gonna lie. All right, so I've got this, and so I'm gonna take my first part of my sentiment, which is good things grow, and I'm going to stamp that right here, the very bottom of this panel. Good things grow, perfect. And then I'm gonna stamp the inside of my card with the innie, which is ... like our friendship. Oh, so sweet. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for just a moment to dry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this with our little die cut flowers. So I die cut these ahead of time. And like I said, I had another one, and it was on my roll of glue dots, but I think I like threw it away or something because I used quite a few glue dots since I die cut these. But anyway, what I'm going to do is just kind of smoosh these a little, so they're dimensional, because you know dimensional stuff is better than flat stuff, right? If I've taught you nothing, that is a fact. And I do need one more, which I haven't got handy, but that's okay. We'll do what we've got, and then you can see what the card looks like. But it's really quick and easy, and I love that the die has 3 of these little flowers on one little piece, so you can easily cut several at once. And I only had to run it through twice to get all of these pieces, which was great. Okay, I'm also going to take and pop this up onto my card, because as we know, everything's better popped up. But not everything is good when it sticks to your fingernails. Okay, we're getting there. And I love the dimension in this card. It's just lovely. Okay, and there are several of these beautiful flowers to choose from in this set. So like there's these ones with the little flowers, and then there's some other types of flowers that you can use. There's like tulipy looking flowers, daisy looking flowers. We've got it all. Now, I want this one to be in the foreground, meaning it's on top. So I'll kind of tuck this one behind, just because I think it looks good that way. There's no other real reason. We'll put that one on, and I'm just using my Take Your Pick tool. Is so handy for placing stuff like this onto a card. And then I'm just going to add that one on here as well. Okay, and then like I said, I'm missing one, so we'll add that later on. I'm going to embellish these though with some pearls, because why not? I thought pearls would look nice with this. So, oh my goodness, my Take Your Pick tool is getting a little out of hand. I always give it a little squeeze so some of that tacky stuff comes out, and then I release it so it's not tight. That way it won't ooze all out. Okay, so I'm just going to place a pearl in the center of each of these. I thought about coloring them with my navy blends, but I just ended up not doing that. I kind of like the white on white and thought it was pretty. So that looks really good, minus our missing flower, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take this whole panel and pop it up onto my card as well, because I think that just adds a nice little layer. It makes your card look like super fancy, not just regular fancy. Everything's better super fancy too, All right, and I'll place that on there. So you'll have to let me know which print you like better. This one is kind of a checker print, and this one is kind of like a flourishy print. but both look very nice if I'm not mistaken. So I love this card. I hope you do too. I've got a box to show you, so let's make that next. Oh, and we got to put this on the inside of our card. Sorry. I was just sitting there waiting, waiting for me to remember. Okay, so there we go. So sweet. All right, next up, we've got this box. So this is a cute little box that comes in our new catalog now. And I want to show you how I put this together because it's pretty simple. I'm going to start with the box. They come in a package. These are the Scalloped Craft boxes, and they are food safe, so that's kind of cool. You can put, I think, like a stack of cookies would be kind of sweet. Now, if I were to put anything food-wise in these boxes, however, what I would do is definitely put it in some kind of baggie or plastic wrap of some kind so that you don't ruin the box with, you know, like the oil from your whatever you're using. Okay, so I'm just literally fold and tuck. That's all that there is to this. But I have a little tip for you, I noticed. I'm going to take a little bit of my Seal Plus and I'm going to run that on the flap, okay? Because this box has a lid, you don't have to open it. And I think it'll look a little nicer if we just glue that flap shut. And the reason I think that is because when I was taking pictures of this, I noticed this gap on the lid of my box. And so we're going to fix that one too. Okay, so, but what is great about these boxes coming flat is they ship so much better. They're really easy to put together, so it's not like it's a whole big thing to assemble them. And they do look really nice. And you can adhere these flaps too, you know, if you want. I thought just this part might do just enough. So we'll run my Seal Plus. Seal Plus is just real strong adhesive. And we'll put that in there, and I think it will just give a little extra layer of strength and kind of squaring off the box, if that makes sense, because that's always a thing. I think these are so cute, and I love how easy they are. There's really not much to do to make it crazy cute, okay? And I do think that looks nice. So there's our box all put together. And again, if you wanted to glue those flaps, you certainly could, but they sit in here really nice and flat. So I think that's not necessary. All right, but that keeps the gap from happening. So I love the look. Isn't this cute? And the little scalloped edge. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, now let's decorate this box up all pretty. I'm using my favorite set. Oh my gosh, look at this, the Pretty Perennials. This one is going to be available through the end of June. And I'm already mourning the loss. This, if you haven't heard, is the set that I designed in honor of my $1 million sales achievement with Stampin' Up. I designed this about 2 years ago, and it finally came out this January. So I was very excited about that. And it's not going to be found in our new catalog. So I'm a little sad about that, but that means there's plenty of time for you to get it. Now, if you would like, I've got a great online class for this. You can get the PDF only tutorials, which I'll put a link in the description of this video for that. But if you would like the pre-cut cardstock, I still have a few packets left, and you can also get an autographed copy, and there's a different link for that. So I'll put the two links in the description of this video. Actually, if you want the autographed copy, you just need to email me, and I'll send you a link for the description, or for the class. But anyway, let's get started using my favorite stamp set. So I've picked some colors that I think are just fabulous together. I've got some polished pink, some fresh freesia, and a little scrap of pale papaya. These colors are just so fun and happy together. And then I'm going to match it up with some Granny Apple Green for my leaves. So I'll take and stamp some of the images from my set. So I'll start with this little flower on my little scrap right here. So cute. I love that there's kind of texture built into my stamps. I think that looks really cool. And this one's clean. We'll do the larger flower in both polished pink as well as fresh freesia. So you can see the texture that's kind of built in right there. Before we do this one though, I am going to clean because we don't want a dirty stamp. All right, so I've got my ink cleaned off and we'll do fresh freesia. All right, so I'll die cut my flowers. Well, actually, I got to stamp my leaves first. Okay, then I'll take my leaf and just stamp this a few times. You can never have too many leaves. Now, if you end up with extra pieces from your die cutting, what I like to do is put them in my stamp case in a little clear envelope inside here so I can use them next time. Okay, what I'm going to do is die cut those as well as some other pieces. Let me show you. So I did that ahead of time so we didn't have to stop everything. So I've got my 3 leaves, my 3 flowers, and I also die cut a couple other things. So I have a coordinating piece, and this is in gold, and it's fancy gold. Isn't that cool? So this is our new specialty metallic paper. We've got some sheets that are rose gold and regular gold in the package. They come in 6x6 sheets, and look at the shine. Like, I don't know, it's not, they're smooth sheets pretty much, but they're really sparkly. I really like these. They're pretty cool. So I think they're going to be fun to play with. So I've die cut a coordinating flower for each out of that gold. And then I also die cut, my dies have this large 3 leaf, and I die cut one of those. I'm just going to use one of the leaves out of that. So really pretty. Anyway, I'm going to take and attach these to the flowers with a glue dot. Oh, look at this. We're finishing a roll off. All right. And then I'll just line this up in the center of that. And we've got a new roll of glue dots. We'll pick this one up from the center and adhere it to this like so. I like to bump the 3. There's like 3 bumps and 3 bumps. That's kind of how I line them up. And then likewise, we'll do this one with the little center. Like so, and there we go. Okay, then I've got my 3 flowers, or my 3 leaves, and my 1 kind of outline leaf. So I'm going to arrange these on my box, and what I recommend doing is just kind of placing them where you like, and then kind of filling in. So I like that. We'll take and put our leaves in where they look good, kind of between each, like so. And then we're going to add our extra leaf. And that looks really nice, but I want it to have a little more punch. So I'm going to take some of my ribbon, and I just want to create a little zigzag. This is almost like a bow, but without tying it, because I don't want to create a big knot that is kind of bulky and hard to deal with. So instead, what I'm going to do is just make this is just like a big zigzag that'll fit over the top here and stick off just a little bit. And I'm going to put, to adhere this to my box, I'm going to put a glue dot on the bottom of this, and then I'm going to put a glue dot on the top layer, and that will kind of sandwich everything together like that. So it still looks like a bow, I just didn't tie it. All right, I'm going to hold that for a second. And then what I want to do is I'm going to pop up for sure this flower, my polished pink flower, we're going to pop up. And you kind of just have to start somewhere, if you know what I mean. So we're going to put that right on there like so. I'll take this and I want to tuck this in so it's kind of going roughly diagonally across the center of my box. I mean roughly. So it's a little up and a little down rather than point to point, but you get the idea. Okay, then I'll put some Seal Plus on here. And again, Seal Plus just sticks like it means it. And then maybe I'll curl my leaves just a little. I love having these leaves kind of dimensional on here. I didn't really do that with the first one. Now, when I did die cut these, this paper kind of has that plasticky background a bit. So I did run it through a couple times on my machine just to make sure that it cut through. And then I was a little careful pulling the inside pieces out from the center of these gold pieces. Just as an FYI, the first one I ripped, but I could glue back on, so it wasn't like the worst thing. I think I'll pop this one up as well onto my card or my box right here. Okay. So now here's where I'll take my glue dots and then tuck my leaves in. And one of the things I like to do with my glue dots is when I put them on a small piece like this, I push the backing over and then kind of push on here to make sure it's going to release from the glue dot or from the roll. I've ripped a few lately and that makes me, I don't want to say crazy, but crazy. I don't like when I rip stuff that's like ready to go. Okay, and I'm also going to take my gold leaf and we'll tuck that in right here just because there's a little more room on this side. And I just love how it goes so nice with those gold polka dots. And we got this leaf that we'll tuck in there as well. And that, my friends, is just the cutest box, right? But wait, there's more. We're going to embellish this because we can't leave these centers blank. I mean, that is just crazy talk, right? We've got to make it super pretty. So for that, I'm going to use our new Genial Gems as I frantically search my desk for what I did with them. Of course, I had them all out and ready to go before I started my video, but are they here now? Oh, no. Well, oh, there they are. They were just kind of off, so I didn't see them. Okay, so we'll take my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll just put a couple of these on here like so, and just add that extra little center element. These gems are so pretty, so I did the larger gems on the large flower, and then I'll do a smaller on my smaller flower. And that just finishes off the center so nice, gives it a little extra shimmer. And what a pretty box. I think this would make a gorgeous box for a shower or a wedding gift, or something just sweet for somebody to say thank you, whatever it is. It's just a gorgeous box and pretty easy to make. So if you would like to purchase any of the supplies that I used today, you can see all of the links to my online store in the description of this video, as well as on my blog post, which is linked. I've also put in the dimensions for you, the colors, and all of those good things so that you can easily recreate these projects. I hope you loved stamping with me today, my friends. Thank you so much for being a part of the Creativity Cave. I really appreciate your business and your support. If you could give me a thumbs up and a subscribe to my channel, I'd be so grateful. Have a fabulous day, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.